Alright, cool. Right, we just got word. The ping has gone through, and we were wondering what's going on, because of course we had the Valentine skins appear yesterday when it was Valentine's. Were we actually going to see a proper rotation? Were the Lunar New Year skins going to get removed? That might take a while to update, but this will be quick. So Valentine skins are there, and, well, there you go. Oh, no, not another one! No! Oh, Thundergold AK. Oh, no! 4 weeks in a row! No, it's 3 weeks in a row. Okay, oh. No, no more. What? I swear I should never have brought up the thing about, oh no, will we see far too many sheet metal doors when we had the airlock sheet metal double door, and now we keep getting them. Stop it. Okay. Black gold jacket's sweet. Okay, black gold collection might have a bit of a boost now. So it's just a few skins, as expected. We got 8 Valentine skins, and then these 6 extra. Oh, corn! 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 You love the corn. You'll embrace the corn. You will sit next to the corn. You'll stare at the corn, gaze upon its eyes, give it a big kiss. You love corn. And of course we got the very, 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 very cool looking, wonderful looking, ever so exquisite, shiny, gold trimmed Thundergold AK47. Take it all in, chat. Look at it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. And we also have the ever-so-sweet-looking holographic revolver. Chameleon Revolver version 2 has also been accepted. And it's polished obsidian. No, it's blackstone. No, it's polished obsidian. No, it's blackstone. No, it's polished obsidian. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. You did this. Anyway, 6 extra skins. Can't go wrong with that. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll skip ahead, right? And we will proceed to discuss, you know, all the Valentine skins and these extra skins here as well. So yeah, let's go do that. And we're back. So, hello gentlemen. The Ruster rotation happened, but nothing got rotated out. As you can see, the Lunar New Year skins have persisted, which is odd. We weren't expecting that, and I don't think that's happened before. But yeah, we have a very, very big fat Ruster. So, of course, yesterday we did see the likes of the Valentine skins appearing. It was Valentine's yesterday. And today we've just had an extra supplementary 6 skins being accepted, which is very nice. But basically, I'll go through all of these skins right now and figure out which of these skins are abnormal and which of them aren't. And this is annoying because they're all over the place. So let's just go sort this out right now. So what were all the Valentine skins? This, and of course, one over here, we have this. So we're going to go quickly grab that. Then we'll grab all of the new skins that were just accepted today. So we've got that, we've got corn. And if I go over to here, we have these 2 skins as well. Very nice, very cool. So let's just go through all of those skins and we'll have to figure out which is abnormal. Now, why did I separate Valentine's from the newer skins? Because Valentine's came out a day before. This means next week we have 2 batches of abnormals to chase after. We have, with the Valentines, Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. Force of habit, sorry. So yeah, Tuesday I will be streaming. We'll be doing Valentine's abnormals, and then the very next day, our standard abnormals day, Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. So yes, simply with these appearing one day earlier, they are going to be appearing one day earlier. It's not too hard. So this is abnormal. This is abnormal, very nice, very cute. This is abnormal, very nice and pink. You too, very nice and pink. This is also abnormal. This is abnormal. Oh, what a wonderful sleeping bag. You'll be so cozy from now on with Giorgio. Then we have this as well. This is also abnormal. And this is also abnormal. So I do believe all of the Valentine skins are abnormal. And they are all going to appear Tuesday night, going to Wednesday morning, and we will be streaming that. So we have 2 batches of abnormals next week. And with our brand new skins, with the Thundergold AR, this is abnormal. The polished obsidian is abnormal. Yep. The double door is not abnormal. Nope, this is a regular skin, so that will only appear in the Steam market when the Ruster rotates next week. The happy corn is abnormal. The black gold jacket is abnormal. And the Chameleon Revolver is not abnormal. So yeah, we have 2 regular skins and 4 new abnormal skins in that second batch. So yeah, 2 batches of abnormals next week. It is what it is, and with that Ruster rotation taking place, we now should take a look at last week's skins real quickly. So go just do that right now. Yeah, so they appear to be doing quite alright at the moment. not that one. That's the funny talk. Yes, we'll be talking about that in a bit. Double doors. But things are going to be a bit awkward now, because if these are going to be around for another week, well, I mean, even more of them will be bought, and yeah, that's a bit awkward. You can't buy any more of that. Oh, no. So, Neon Dragon Garage Door, let's go take a quick look at you, because overnight, some fun things happened. Now, there is no rhyme or reason for this to be that price, other than hype. So if I quickly go over to here, with the abnormals from last night, you can go watch the video. We were assuming it was only going to be about $50 initially, because there's going to be a lot of hype behind it. Lo and behold, last night, one of them sold for $250. So we quickly go over to the Twitter. If you want to go see my Twitter, look in the description of this video. You see all my other socials. As I scroll down, I did put a tweet out last night saying, hey guys, look, Neon Dragon Garage Door is on the Steam market now, because loads of people kept asking me, why can't I sell it? When is it for sale? You can sell it now if you want, if you bought it at a certain time. So yeah, initially we saw two sell for about $100, and then we saw one sell for $174, and then overnight one of them sold for $250. Wow! So that seems to be the highest price that we saw one of them sell. It was ridiculous, but it has kind of calmed down a fair bit. Still quite pricey. So back over to here, the recent sale we just saw a minute ago, we saw one sell for about $135. That was interesting. So yeah, will this hold? My answer is, I really don't think so. We have seen how many sell in the past 24 hours? It was 100 then, but have more sold now. 107. All right, 107. You might sit there and say, surely this is rare. It's not as rare as you think it is. There is actually quite a lot of these in circulation, and I don't think the hype is going to be able to support all of that. Secondly, think like this. If 107 of them sold, in the past 24 hours, when it's next Thursday, what do you reckon is going to happen with those 107 purchases? Do you think they might get thrown on the Steam market again? Think like that. Loads of people bought in, but did they buy them with the pure intent to want to sell them again for a higher price potentially next week? I can't help but assume that's going to be the case. I can't help but assume we'll be seeing a lot more of these on the Steam market, and with more and more and more of them appearing, well, the value of the skin gradually will go down because people will start undercutting each other, and it's already happening. Look at the prices, they're so similar to each other. So, yeah, we shall see, but I don't think the hype can keep the price up to this current price. Maybe it goes down to around $100 or slightly less. Okay, fair enough. Maybe it might have enough hype to keep the price up for a certain time, but I just don't really know where it's going to stop at. The fact that this is the same price almost compared to the likes of the No Mercy E-Class Revolver is pretty silly, considering that this has like 6 or 7 times more quantity in comparison to that revolver. Doesn't really make sense to me. And, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but is that garage door, looking at it, really worth it? It's just a stolen asset. I mean, there's a story behind it, true. There is some hype behind it, true. But how much longer? We shall see. So I'm very surprised to see the madness of this. And in the future, if we see anything similar happen, this is what we can expect. Even though this still did over 1,000 sales, it still ended up like that. So, right then, let's take a look at the likes of the special items. So, of course, with the Chinese New Year Spear and the Dragon Launcher, we did discuss this last night. The buy orders, the bulk of the buy orders, ends up at around $2 and that's it. Because people fully expect that as time goes on, these are going to suffer. And we did discuss that last night. Now, you have to question this. Are we going to see another wooden spear skin at all from here and now? I highly doubt it. And I'm still under the assumption that only Face Punch are going to be the ones making wooden spear skins. The skin creators don't have access. They aren't allowed to do it. They don't have anything that they can work from. So with the likes of this in its current state, I mean, it did get some more buy orders as time went on during the day. But honestly, now that it's in the Rush store again for a second week, I'm not so optimistic for this at the moment. However, we shall see. Maybe it might actually hold up, maybe it won't. If you're looking at this and wondering, do I want to buy one? Honestly, you could just wait it out a bit longer. You could probably go ahead and put like a $3 buy order down, because again, I just can't help but assume this will be going down in price. Maybe not now, but Easter time, when it gets real rough, or autumn fall seasonal dip, how low will it go? We'll find out. So, yes, wooden spears do get used quite a lot, fair enough, but not forever. So, let's see how that all turns out. All right, look at the buy orders for the garage. Why? Yeah. 40,000 got removed. Yeah, because someone's just doing like 39,000 at 3 pennies. There you go. It's nothing special, mate. It's just Crazy Steve being weird. Anyway, so Dragon Rocket Launcher, as you can see here. Yeah, the lowest listing is $6.80. But could this still go down in price? Wouldn't be surprised, because again, much like with the wooden spear, but a bit more worse so, this is a much lower price. It stops at about $3, and this sold for $5.49. I kind of worry about it, but again, the real answer is will this get brought back again next year? So this very likely will be dipping below its rust or price, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, but if we roll into Chinese New Year next year, you know, Lunar New Year, 2025, and we see this hasn't been brought back, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest that suddenly gets bought out and rises up in price ever so nicely from then on. All right, so we'll see. But I can't help but assume this will be going below its rust or price. I can't help but assume if you really wanted it, just put down like a $3.50 buy order, you will pick it up for $2 cheaper. Wouldn't surprise me. So looking okay, but I don't think it's going to be retaining the value forever. Okay, cool. Long double door. I wanna hold the double door talk when I talk about the other double doors, alright? Okay? That's what I'm gonna do, okay? Because I got a lot to talk about. I've got a lot to talk about. Double doors, what happened? I don't know. That's a cool looking double door. I will reiterate the words I said last night. Very nice double door, very cool. I do think a lot of people will be appreciating it, but with the amount that sold, it was quite high, over 33,000 bare minimum sales. It was well liked, well beloved, but there are more options that have appeared very quickly. So, oh dear. I am a fair bit worried for this at the moment. It says it's dipped in price a fair bit. It has not. No, it's just that's just a bit delayed. It's still just slightly $3. It does have very reasonable support. Who knows? Maybe it suffers at some point down the line, which was my expectation. I did say at some point, wouldn't be surprised later this year, this does go below $2.49. But is it going to go that much lower? I don't think so. It still looks very good, but there were a lot of these bought, and my expectation is that it will eventually go down in price a fair bit. But it will recover. It will retain enough. It will still do all right. And I don't think it's going to be like the Lunar Garage door from last year. That was very cool, but then we got a ton of garage doors, and garage doors were already being very abundant. Yes, I know. So far this year, we have got 4 sheet metal double doors. Actually, technically speaking, 5, but 4 of them are marketable. So, awkward. Yes. So we'll leave it for now. Support is there, and I'm pretty sure it will stay. But we'll see what happens and how people react now that we've just seen an extra 2 double doors appear within a day. Right, Year of the Dragon door, I have no hopes for that. It sold for $2.49. It's still in the rush door for $2.49, but the buyers are only going up to about 75 cents. So no, that's not going to hold. Very unfortunate. Mythical Dragon AR, I thought this would probably sit around $2. The buyers only went up to $1. I worry for it. It's a cool looking AK, very nice. But you know what? We've just got a very nice cool looking AK appear today as well. Oh dear. Yep. So that's awkward for that. It's probably going to go down in price. Maybe it does kind of settle around $2. We shall see. But at the moment, the boulders, they're only really going up to just over $1. Will this manage to hold up the price? Because it sold for $3.49. Still selling for $3.49. We shall see. Gold Dragon Furnace. I didn't even go near this. I didn't do a buy order. Yeah, buy order's only gone up to about 74 pennies. Meh. So, yeah. I don't have a lot of faith in that, I'm afraid. Then we have the Dragon Saw. It did okay. Sort of. Yeah, most of the buy orders were between 70 cents and 90 cents. And a few more buy orders did appear. Yep. But it's also persisted in a rust door, so we'll see how that turns out. But I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this does go down to around $1. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So give it some time, we shall see. Dragon Fan Rug. Buy orders only went halfway. So this sold for $2.49. Still sells for $2.49. And yeah, the listings only around $3, but the buy orders only halfway to the price it sold for in a rust door. I don't think that's going to hold. I worry for it, so we'll see what happens next. Dragon Box. Just take a look at all the other boxes in the set. They're all very cheap. They all look exactly the same, so I just assumed everything would end up... Like, this would just end up exactly the same as the other ones. Buy orders only went up to 70 cents. I'm not surprised in the slightest, so yeah, that's that. Last week, skins, well, they sold reasonably. But in terms of retaining their value, well, the holiday theme, so I'm not sure if everything's going to be all right. It's awkward. It's really awkward. So Thinking on it a little bit longer, I do worry for all of them in general. Like, yeah. Some very unfortunate things are happening. Double doors look fine, and then suddenly we see a lot more of them being accepted, and then suddenly that reliability has disappeared. The Neon Tracker Garage door is special simply due to the fact with what happened with the copyright and hardly any of them sold. So, yeah, it's madness. It's madness. So overall, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, but wouldn't be surprised if we look at this in the future and everything is here in the negative at some point, except that. Right then, so with the discussion of all the skins from the past week, we should go ahead and take a look at the newer skins from this week. I'm going to separate them, Valentine's first, then the other batch that just appeared today afterwards. So we're going to go ahead, try and figure out, are they looking to be perfectly fine investments? Let's proceed. So first up, Giorgio. This was Mr. Nordan's first ever skin to be accepted. Him being Italian, well, I guess we figured out where the name came from. But yeah, if anybody is going to sit there and say, "Oh, could you bag me in?" You've got the bag now. You've got the bag to give them. All right, how could they say no? They're going to love the bag that you give them. Oh yes. So here's a funny thing. This is actually a cheaper price than normal. So typically a sleeping bag would sell for $1.49. Not today. Nope, that's 99 cents. So honestly, I actually think that might do quite all right. I don't think it's going to sell ridiculously. And I do think it will stay above $1. Now, typically, with the likes of sleeping bags, if you're to take a look at all of them that came out in 2023, you'll see that, well, it's a bit 50-50 with a lot of them, because, of course, we also do get quite a lot of Twitch drops, but some do stand out quite nicely, and some do end up quite okay. But the ones that don't glow tend to be a bit, Fries is doing all right, though. I will give props to that. So it can be 50-50, but the fact that it's selling at 99 cents... very likely will mean it's actually going to stay above its Rustore price because, you know, typically they end up at around, if it's bad, they usually end up at around $1, and normally they probably stick around the price they sold for, which is $1.49. So this actually might just do okay. It might not be insane for a profit, but for the joke of it, doesn't Giorgio look ever so nice on his little sleeping bag there? I think it could work out all right. It's the lower price that's really doing it a favour. So, yeah. Here's another thing I should have brought up. With the likes of the Valentine skins appearing yesterday, I actually have a tweet here to show off to you. We have this. I should have shown this to you. This is the first 24 hours of sales for the Valentine skins. And, well, basically, Giorgio did, well, just about 6,000. But the main thing I wanted to get across to all of you is they didn't sell that much. However, we have 8 days of Valentine skins. I am pretty sure these Valentine skins are going to stick around until next week's Rustore rotation, so it's kind of pointless showing you this, because even though they didn't really sell that much, they're going to be around for an extra day, which was, of course, yesterday. So take that for, you know, look at it, very nice, very cool. You get to see the first day of sales, but I'm conflicted whether they're all definitely going to be all right, so if we hop back out of there, at the very least, it'll probably retain its value. In terms of being a wonderful, insane investment, I just don't know. 7,000 sales, and now, technically speaking, this is the beginning of the end for this current Rustore, because again, time's ticking until the next Rustore, 7 days to go. I don't know how much they'll end up with, but I do think he will be liked enough to be used quite a fair bit, because that's a very, very goofy sleeping bag that a lot of people are probably going to be appreciating by giving it to their friend. Cool. So that seems to be okay. I'm 50-50 on it, though. So we'll move on. Sheet metal double doors. Okay. I swear down now, and I might sound crazy, fair enough. But ever since I talked about this, ever since I talked about the what was perceived to be the reliability of sheet metal double doors, you know, I swear Face Punch are watching me. I swear they're torturing me. I was very hesitant. I did say it. I had an inkling. I had a thought. I had an assumption. Space Airlock double door, you're fine for what you are. You sold a lot, but I can't help but assume this year, who knows, because, you know, I saw a lot of reliable items last year suddenly get a ton of skins. Who knows what the future will look like? But I know a lot of people have been asking for sheet metal double doors. I know a lot of skin creators have been producing sheet metal double doors. I worry for the future for sheet metal double doors. Literally, over the course of the next 2 weeks, 3 more have appeared. Oh dear. However, Space Airlock double door is only down by 7%. I don't know if this potentially could get worse. It could. It could get worse. It could, yes. But all skins in general at the moment, let's just apply this. All skins in general at the moment have been going down in price a little bit, all right? Easter time is getting closer, and typically we tend to see quite a lot of people start to dip from the beginning of the year. So January 2024 Force Wipe was very, very nice. But the people didn't stick around. Now, for what's come out recently, there's been quite a lot of very interesting games. There's a big update in Counter-Strike 2. People have probably looked elsewhere, gone back to school, focusing homework and whatnot. Fair enough. Okay, that's understandable. And we tend to see a very nice pickup around the summertime, okay? So this is a normal trend that happens. So looking at the state of these, okay, this suffering only a fair bit is actually kind of promising. More options have appeared and whatnot, but you know what? The buy orders, they're still there. They didn't leave. They're still there. They stuck around. Who knows? Maybe we will see some more sheet metal double doors. We shall see. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Twitch drops and whatnot. But if this is it, no, honestly, if this is it, if this is the final batch of sheet metal double doors, we don't see any more from here and now, I do still expect that to do perfectly fine. As in, it will retain its value and stay up in price and potentially, go into the positive and whatnot. Wouldn't surprise me. But it is truly a worry if, we keep seeing more and more and more and more and more. And let me tell you, more have been submitted. I'm always looking on the Rust Workshop with my Rust Workshop skin checks, which I can show you over here. So every single week, I will look at the newest skins. I will provide you links of all the new continuations. So there's some very interesting skins that have appeared over the past weekend and as of Monday. Do consider giving this a watch. But overall, over the past month, I've been seeing more and more of these being produced, and I do worry for the future. And when I saw that yesterday, I was like, great, wonderful. Could it get any worse? Yes, quite literally. And now 1 day later, done. So here's the funny thing. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be a Valentine skin. Look at it. It's got hearts, it's got arrows, and it says love. But I get the feeling, because they didn't put Valentines in the text here, it wasn't put in TGG's top picks list. This top picks list, not this one, there's the previous one, sorry. The previous one that only consisted of Lunar New Year and Valentine skins. If we just scroll down, you will not see that double door. We had a mistake. Because I'm pretty sure the one that we just had accepted today was supposed to be a Valentine skin, and it wasn't in here. And because of that, we've now got that door. that door was in the recent top picks list. Let me show you. It's right here. So there it is. Yep, there you go. It's been accepted now. It's got a tick next to it. Yep. If that was actually in there, it probably wouldn't have been picked today. Hooray! Yahoo! Our investments. Yeah! So that happened. Oh, great. Wonderful. So anyway, we've had quite a lot of sheet metal double doors before, right? They actually used to be quite common. Now, half the reason why they've now improved very nicely is because we haven't seen a lot since then. 2019, there was a ton of them. 2020, there was a reasonable amount of them. 2021, again, a reasonable amount of them with a Twitch drop. And then it started to become more of a Twitch drop type of skin with hardly any marketable ones. And that definitely persisted with last year. But this year, well, we got a Twitch drop and tons. So, we don't have to rush into buying anything, all right? Always remember that. We don't have to rush into buying anything. So this Neon Love Metal Double Door, which is the skin I should have been talking about. Oh, no. Did I talk about the other one? I did, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This one right here. This is Anubis Dunk's first ever skin to be accepted. Props to you, sir. I know you've been trying for a very long time. Congratulations. This is fine. There's no issue with it. You got Cupid on a cloud shooting arrows through hearts and whatnot. That's cute. Neon design. People do appreciate them. It's fine for what it is. Is it going to sell as well as the likes of the Lunar New Year double door? Well, I don't think so, because that's now persisting for 2 weeks. But yeah, it's still going to sell reasonably. It's probably going to reach up to about 15 to 20,000 sales. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that happens. But is it going to be okay afterwards? I don't know. It's so awkward. It's abnormal. We don't have to rush into buying it. In fact, we actually have a lot more time to see this in a rush store while after doing our buy orders, because that's going to be marketable Tuesday night rolling into Wednesday morning. That's going to have like a day or 2 days where it's going to be on the market, but also in the rush store. So we can use that time to our advantage. We could look at it. Other people will see this on the Steam market within that time period and also put buy orders down. And then at the very last second, next Thursday, you could look at it and think, you know what, more buy orders have appeared. Maybe I do want to jump in and buy some. But, you know, with the amount that have been accepted very recently. So again, abnormals are going to save us. Abnormals are going to save us the extra time that we have. Okay, so I look at that and I say, if there was no other double doors, I'd be jumping on that like crazy. I would have bought a whole bunch of them. But ever since I talked about the whole potential dilemma if we keep seeing a whole bunch of these sheet metal doors when the airlock door came out, so just a couple weeks ago, suddenly we see tons of them. And I truly think face punchers watching me, they're in my walls. I swear they are. They're in my walls. They're in my walls. They're doing this to spite me. They're doing this to spite me, but I did say, be careful, all right? I did say be careful when the airlock door was out, and if you were, congratulations, all right? If you didn't just jump in and buy out a bunch of them, you're safe, all right? But even then, it didn't go down in price that much. And in the summertime, will all of these recover and do very nicely then? We shall see. Okay? Alright, so shall we proceed with the next skin? Love Arrow Metal Door. Okay, cool. First thing I want to do is reference the garage door that is connected to this that came out last year. You can complain as much as you want about the cute girl on a door type, trope. But this did very well all of last year. And this was a garage door. We saw a lot of these being accepted last year. So this is currently sitting above the Rust Door's price it sold for, which was $3. And throughout all of the last year, it did just that. It went down in price initially. It went up very nicely during the summer, at one point going above, like, it must have been about $4.50. Went down a fair bit during the autumn fall seasonal dip, like most skins. Went up during post-Christmas. Went down a fair bit because post-Christmas was a bit meh. But since then, it's actually been climbing back up in price, probably because Valentine's was just about to appear. So, in regards to this skin, that did very nicely. And there was a lot of competition. There was a lot of skins that were accepted last year, so in terms of garage doors. So if I could just find a garage door real quickly. I don't have one because because it's the second week that wasn't there, so let's just go over to here. Cool, garage door. So just to kind of point this out to all of you, a lot of acceptances did happen last year with Twitch drops, 28 skins, and the year before that, 28 skins. But even then, that still did very nicely, and that was literally the garage door that was always in the positive. All the other ones had some problems here and there and whatnot, but that garage door always did good. And I'm led to believe cute girl on the door equals success. So now we have a sheet metal door. Now this is a little bit different because sheet metal doors in general aren't doing super great. Garage doors are starting to be exactly like that because we keep getting more acceptances and Twitch drops and whatnot. And you know, pretty much this year we're in the sixth week of 2024, and we have 7 skins now. We now have 7 skins. This is what it's like. Last year we had 30 accepted. Go look at all of them. You got that in the positive. That's nice. What about all of these other skins? Nope. Nope. However, she is a cute girl. She is a queen, quite literally, because the design of it is she's a queen of cards. She's the queen of the door. She'll protect you. She will keep you safe. Make sure you kiss her every time you walk through the door. What? No. Anyway, you can sit there and say, that doesn't fit, Rust. I hate it. Take it away. But you're going to end up buying it anyway. Oh, yes, you will. You can't stop it. You can't resist it. Listen. This type of design seems to be proves to be successful. I don't think we're going to be seeing any other doors like this year, potentially. I mean, Hewitt might make an Easter one. They didn't get an Easter garage door last year, so I can't help but assume we will probably be getting an Easter door. So yeah, just to point this out, Hewitt, very successful with their holiday themed doors and whatnot. Remember the Halloween one? Unfortunately, we didn't get the Lunar New Year garage door. That looked awesome, but wasn't successful, unfortunately. But we did get this one, so fair enough. It is what it is. Now, sheet metal doors, as I've already said, don't tend to be very reliable, unfortunately. but you have to kind of look at this in the broad sense of how are other people going to react to this, and other people very likely will be jumping on that. So initially last year, Love SAP garage door, as we did see, it did dip down in price just after Valentine's, but during the summer, it went back up again, and it went all the way up to $4.50. That sold for $3 as well. Will this behave the exact same way? I can't guarantee anything, but I expect it to do good. Better than the average sheet metal door. Alright? Who farted? You. You did. So, yeah. I can't help but assume that will do better than the standard sheet metal door, but I can't really sit here and say I'm feeling super confident it's definitely going to stay above its Rust door price forever. The garage door was very nice, but I can't sit here and say the exact same thing will happen all over again. So, it's abnormal. Hey! It's abnormal. But I can't help but assume Hewlett's just going to keep doing this, more and more and more cute girl doors, and hey, you're going to have the cute girl door collection. And I think Mr. Bipolar Penguin should call this the cute girl screwed that up. The cute girl door collection. anyway. I think it will do fine. But I kind of still just want to do a buy order. How much will this sell? Well, like I said, the Valentine skins have had an extra day, and this has already done 6,000. This very likely could go above 20,000, and I wouldn't be surprised. Right? I wouldn't be surprised. So let's see how many sales happen first. We'll do abnormal barders next week because it's a day early, don't forget. Because, yeah, Tuesday night instead of Wednesday. And then we'll just see how they perform on the Steam market over the course of the next 2 days. And then next Thursday, you can look at it and then make a decision if you're not jumping and buy some. Sounds good? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Crazy Love SAP. Right, so how many SAPs do we have? How many SAPs did we get last year? I just want to see this, because I don't think we get that many anymore. And we got 6, and then the year before that it was 8, and the year before that it was 1, and then 2, and 3. Okay, alright. 6 last year isn't really that much. You got like 50 weeks, and you only get 6 skins. That's not much. Right, okay. So you got a pink SAP right here. Do we have any other pink skins here? No, not really, not really. Okay, okay. Would a pink weapon prove to work out quite nicely? We did have the pink AR last year, the Kiss AR to be precise, and that managed to stay in the positive throughout all of... let me just show you. Let me just show you. Kiss AR, when did that come out? Last Valentine's, so not this one that we just had, but last year's. If I just quickly scroll down, go look at all the AKs that came out, and you'll see that that proved to be very successful when it loads up. And unfortunately, it's not loading up. Why aren't you loading up? Why are you doing this to me now? Why? 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 No, just... Okay, I thought I closed it then. Right, there you go. Out of all of these AKs, you got the Abyss doing alright, but every other one's doing bad, and then you get to the pink one, and it's doing okay. That stands out. It's unique. It's special. With what we just saw there, could it apply to this pistol right here? I don't know. But we do have a full proper pink set now, don't we? We've got the full Lovestruck collection. We've got the boots, the gloves, the tier 3, the hoodie pants, the tier 2. You can look very pretty in pink, and we will be talking more about that in a second, don't you worry. So, will that pair up with the likes of that? Because I can't help but assume people are probably pairing up Lovestruck with the likes of the Kiss AR, the big pink AK. Are they going to want to use that if they want to go around and be a beamer? I don't know. I don't know. Come get a load of my love beam. Crazy love beam. Sorry. Sorry. Love beam. Right, anyway. Sorry. I'm conflicted. I am conflicted. It's abnormal, so we can use that to our advantage. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with all these skins, we know they're all abnormal, and it's coming out a day earlier in terms of it being marketable. Just wait until Tuesday. Just wait until Tuesday. We'll do the abnormal borders. We'll look at the support afterwards. That is the answer. That is the answer. So, yeah. Steve, why are you asking that question now when I'm talking about skins? These skins. Okay, so in regards to that, I mean, let's leave it, all right? Let's leave it. Let's move on, and we got to wait till Tuesday. We'll do the borders first, then we'll consider what we do afterwards. That is the smart idea. That is the smart way to go about this with the Valentine skins. So then we got Valentine's gift sleeping bag. It certainly isn't doing as good as Giorgio, my beloved. But yeah, it's still fine for what it is. It's just pink. It's got roses. It's Valentine's. And you know what it is also? It's Kosem's newest skin to be accepted. How lucky are you? How much have you had accepted in 2 months? It's ridiculous. Anyway. Again, this is also selling for 99 cents. I can't help but assume that'll do a very good job in retaining its value because it's selling for 99 cents. Yeah. So I can't really see it struggling. I don't think it's going to sell that much. I think it actually might do all right. It will retain its value. I just don't know if there's going to be people craving to buy it. So yeah, I don't know. That's conflicting. That is conflicting. I do think Giorgio will do better though. I still stand by that. I once remember a friend of mine tried to refill a lighter of gas station. Most interesting. What prompted that? Anyway. Nice story there, Race Demon. Again, this is also abnormal, but hey, like I said, we'll just leave it till Tuesday, alright? Because, again, I can't help but look at all of these and just say, we've got so much time to just look at the Steam market, see if there's actual interest, and then we can decide on Thursday. So, moving on, we have the Shining Love box. This is a very straightforward glow-in-the-dark small box. I think that's going to be more than helpful for people. Like, I just need a small box that glows in the dark. It helps me out at night time because I don't have any electricity at night time at the current time. At the current moment, it's love. It's love. It's a heart. What else do you need? I mean, it's fine. Don't read chat. I don't want to. Yeah. I mean, for what it is, it's going to be helpful. It's going to be useful. And I don't think people are going to really be upset that it's, you know, just all love hearts, love hearts, love hearts. I wonder if you can, like, pick them off and eat them, like the candies. Alright, anyway, so, it's fine. It's fine. What price is it selling for? $2. And how have the small boxes in recent past sold? Well, we only have that to compare to, and that's not really helpful. And then we have the likes of these over here, and that's holiday theme, that's holiday theme, that's a frog, that's hay. Frog isn't too bad. Yeah, small boxes used to be quite rare to see, and then last year we saw a ton of them. I think that actually might do quite alright. But a builder will be the smarter approach, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm going to do a builder on it. That'll be my approach. So yeah, it's abnormal. Let's move on. These two skins. This is different. So gentlemen, if you aren't well aware, we now have a full, proper Lovestruck collection. We have the hoodie and the pants, the tier 2, and the tier 3. Now, we also have the boots and the gloves. The only next thing, like the only other thing I could think of that would really, really, really complete it is if we get a jacket skin next year. I'd like to see that happen. I think that would be a great extra thing to have. But with what we have here now, did we see a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price for the likes of the Lovestruck skins? Yes, we did. Hoodie and pants have gone up in price a fair bit. The road sign kilt did have, you know, a bit of a spike as well. There's a bit of a resurgence in interest for this set. Don't you just want to look pretty in pink? Yes, you do. But how does this usually perform during the year? I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's only the hoodie and pants that have usually done okay. It's only the hoodie and pants that have done reasonably okay during the year. All the other skins suffered, like, pretty quick, pretty bad. So, unfortunately, and it's not hard to notice, just look at the state of the hoodie. You will see how much interest Lovestruck usually has, because if you just look at the amount of sales and the prices, it's not hard to notice. So right now, Lovestruck hoodie has gone up in price. It's currently selling for about $4.50. Yep, you can see that. Very nice, very cool. If you look over to here, you can see how it's had a bit of a spike in price, because of course, spike in demand. Look at the liquidity. You can see that. Loads of people have jumped in and bought more. Very nice, very cool. But if you look at a lifetime, if you look at how it's behaved since last year's Valentine's, see how the exact same thing happened, and then it drops off, and it goes up in price a fair bit during the summer, and it drops off, autumn, fall seasonal dip, but then it starts to rise up in price in anticipation for the next Valentine's. So, in short, I just don't think the boots and the gloves are going to be going insane. But I will sit here and say this. I do lean more towards the likes of the gloves doing better than the boots, and it's not hard to notice if you just make some comparisons to the other road sign gloves. So if you aren't fully well aware, there's a trend with gloves where if it's part of a notable collection that has pretty much most, or if not all, of the main core skins accepted, the gloves are expected to do all right. We discussed this not too long ago when we looked at the Abyss Road Sign gloves. Now, they sold for $2, so that already started at a high point where things could easily go wrong. It could easily dip in price, because most of the other skins that we looked at, they all sold for 99 cents each as well. And from what we could see, a lot of them were doing very nicely. This is part of a full set. 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 This is... No, actually, no, that's missing just a few, but it's still got most of the things. Training, that's a full set. Ronin, that's a full set. Thundergold did dip a fair bit. It hasn't fully completed just yet, but it was doing good recently. I get the feeling a lot of people are trying to sell them because they got a little bit too hyped up for the hoodie and pants. But we did get the AK today, so maybe that might have a bit of a 180. But yeah, typically, if it's part of a full established collection, it will go up in price. And with the recent Abyss Road Sign gloves, we can pretty much, like, not really, I don't want to say it's 100% confirmed, but we have proof that that seems to be the case. So looking at the Abyss Road Sign gloves, they did initially drop down in price a fair bit, and then as time went on, over the course of these past several weeks, it did kind of go up, and then it did a little bit more, and then it actually rose up, and then it's done a whole lot better since then. So it goes down a fair bit, goes up a bit, down a bit, trends upwards a little bit, it does better, very nice. And if we keep seeing more Abyss weapons and tools being produced, maybe Abyss Collection's going to do even better, we shall see. So that right there, the main thing that I have to point out is Lovestruck is effectively finished. The only real things I could think of now are weapons, maybe some deplorables, or at the very least a jacket. That would be nice. That would be cool. That would be interesting. But don't look at people. Don't look at the Lovestruck collection and assume it's super duper. What's the word to say? Super duper. What did I say? That I don't know. Super meta, I guess you could say. If you're running around in the grassy areas, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb, quite literally, because it's bright and pink. Bright and pink doesn't go very well with the likes of light green. So people wearing that just for fun, yeah, that very likely will be the case. Yep. But like I said earlier, when you look at the likes of the hoodie, the price does dip off after Valentine's, and it doesn't really go up in price until the next Valentine's. So I just can't assume that things are going to be all right for the likes of the boots and the gloves. But I kind of do lean on the gloves doing decent enough to retain their value. I don't think this would go down in price that much. You can sit there and say, oh, it's holiday themed, it's holiday themed. No, it's pink. It's pink. So if people want to dress up in pink, they have the option. But with the boots, all right, with the boots, I'm not as confident with the boots. Boots tend to be a little bit more unreliable in terms of investments, and they do tend to go down in price pretty easier. I am conflicted when I say that, but with gloves, I guess it's a case of we see gloves being accepted a whole lot more, so there's a lot more to compare to. Yeah, that is a bit of a thing we should mention there. So anyway, I lean more with gloves doing better. Boots probably could still work out very nicely, but the main question is will Lovestruck remain being an in-demand collection that people want to wear? I don't know if people actually want to wear this all the time. Again, in every environment you're going to stand out because you're pink, but maybe you want to stand out. Maybe you like the challenge of being noticed all the time. We shall see. So, in short, it's nice. It's good to see that the collection got finished, but is there anything else that could give that a boost? Because with this appearing, we did see a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price with all the other pieces in that set. The only thing I can really think of is something like a jacket. Maybe some primitive skins. We shall see, but yeah, I am 50-50 on both of those. Alright then, so that was all the Valentine skins. Yep, yes it was. So please remember, Valentines, because they appeared yesterday, alright, they are going to have abnormals one day earlier compared to normal. And then with these skins over here, these new skins, these extra 6 skins that appeared today, they are going to be, you know, the abnormals are going to appear at their regular time of Wednesday night rolling into Thursday morning. So we got 2 batches of abnormals. Great, wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. So, shall we jump in and talk about these batch of skins now and discuss how they're potentially going to be, you know, working out in the future. Black Gold Jacket. So Black Gold Jacket has appeared, and I instantly thought, hang on a minute, shouldn't I be looking at the likes of the Black Gold pants and the hoodie, assuming that they'd get bought out and potentially rise up in price? Well, they did sell, and not much though. That's the problem. So Steam Market's still being weird. My apologies. I know it's happened several times this recording, but here we are. There we go. It's fixed. So about 20 of these sold. Yeah, you can see it go up a fair bit. Maybe this isn't going to really do anything until, I don't know, maybe the weekend. We shall see. But these have been trending downwards for quite some time. And the hoodie as well. Hoodie has been trending downwards recently as well. Look at that. Yep. Went up a little bit, went down. Okay, look, it's climbing up a little bit. Wow! But, yeah. So it did get, like, a nice boost in sales there. But, yeah, overall, I just don't think they're going to be going up that much. So now we look at the likes of the Black Gold Jacket itself, and we need to question, alright, so how's this going to hold up? Is everything going to be alright? Is everything going to be A-okay? Chat, I have to ask, out of all the jacket skins that we have, how many of them are black? So if I just look down here, I mean, you could do hard suit, but it might be a bit too shiny. Scroll down a little bit more. Tempered, maybe. It's got some shine to it, but again, an approachable option. But we do have blackout jacket. But blackout jacket costs about $13. Yep. Blackout jacket costs $13. But we do now have the likes of this jacket here. Now you might sit there and say, wouldn't the gold stand out a fair bit? Maybe, but not all the time, I would assume. Not all the time. It is still predominantly black. So, do you like the style? Do you like the trim? Do you like how it stands out a little bit there? It does have some nice shine to it. Hey, if you like black gold for what it is, and if you like the whole design of it, by all means, you've just got yourself a lovely jacket to accompany the hoodie and pants, if you were to roam around and like the cold parts of the map. But overall, with what we see here, will that jacket hold up quite nicely? I think it will. However, there is one potential problem we could have. How much will it sell in comparison to the rest of the set? Because recently, we did have the likes of the Hardsuit hoodie. This was one of the first skins to be accepted for the year, the January Force Wipe. But there's a problem. It did like 28,000 sales. And unfortunately, the rest of the skins in its set, the Hardsuit collection, Tier 3, Tier 2, and of course hoodie and pants, they sold significantly less than 28,000. There's far too many of these in comparison. That led to problems. It's now selling for only 58 pennies each. Bad. Very bad. So let's look over to here. So with the likes of the hoodie and pants, they all are, yeah, all the clothing and armor pieces seem to be around just over 20,000 sales each. Yep. So if this only does about 20,000 sales, perfectly fine. That should do a decent job in retaining its value. That's my expectation. Especially with the likes of blackout jacket being so expensive. That is a nice budget alternative. I'm quite surprised Legacy Kevlar didn't do one, but even the likes of this could pair up with Legacy Kevlar. And Dragon Rage, yep, all of that. So with the state of this, I think it might do alright. It's abnormal though. I'm not rushing into buying that. I want to wait until Wednesday. We'll look at it, look at the amount of sales, make a consideration. I can see it doing good. I just don't assume it'll do insanely, and as in go up in price insanely. So if that only does like 15,000 sales, that sounds a lot more interesting. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But I also wouldn't be surprised that that doesn't sell much, because we've just had Lunar New Year and we just literally had the Valentine skins appear yesterday. I can't help but assume people are probably looking at their wallet thinking, oh no, what have I done? That might not sell well. And in theory, for us investors, all the better for us. Yep. Just take a look at the Neon Dragon Garage Door, for example. That only did 1,000 sales and now everybody wants it. But that also had the hype behind it based on the copyright thing. So, Black Gold Jacket, let's keep an eye on you. Let's see how many sales happen and we'll discuss that, Wednesday. We'll discuss what prices we might want to offer. I might just do it all on Tuesday. We'll see. Alright, cool. So, what else do we have? We have the likes of the Chameleon Revolver. Chat, we were discussing this. So typically, every single year, we don't really see that many revolvers. We are 6 weeks in, right? We are 6 weeks in, and we've already got 2. Is that worrying? I don't know, but I will sit here and say we don't really see that many revolver skins being made, and both of these skins are from very notable collections, so I'm not surprised to see that this has happened. Let me put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe only see another revolver skin. Just one more revolver skin being accepted this year, and that's that. If we get 4, alright, fair enough, it's not doomed, but typically, with the revolvers, we always point this out, they tend to be very, very, very reliable investments. Every single one of them right now, in the positive, even when most skins right now are going down in price. Now, are they always going to be like that? No. When we get to like the very middle of Easter, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are in the negative. Wouldn't be surprising at all. But they're not going to be like completely down in price. They are going to basically still be around the same price they sold for in a rust store. So this right here, selling for $2, the very best thing that I can compare to is quite literally the Redemption Revolver, which came up very recently. Now, I have to kind of give the Redemption Revolver an extra little bit of love based on the fact that it's got a very useful aim sight and whatnot. So as we go ahead and take a look at this, aim down the sight, that aim sight is very useful. You've got the black with the red, stands out very nicely in every environment. That's going to help you out. And of course, it's accompanied by the ever so nice cranberry red sheen. Very nice, very cool. With the likes of the Chameleon Revolver, its aim sight, well, we got the video. We'll take a quick look and we shall see. So chat, you're going to have to tell me here, based on what we see when we aim down the sight in a second. Milo Frito loves to show it all off. Look at the sheen. Wow, cool. Holographic design. Is its aim sight useful? So, there you go. it does still change from green to purple here and there. Is that still as good? I don't think it's as good, but it's still perfectly reasonable and serviceable. Great door for a farm. What? Anyway, I don't think it's going to do as good as the Redemption, but I also don't think it's going to sell as much as the Redemption, which would kind of help it out. This is not abnormal, is it? No. But if that's only done about 10,000 sales by Wednesday, even then I might still jump in and buy some. Because I know at some point down the line, it will still end up in the positive, he says. We've discussed this, Hedge. You can't just instantly assume everything's going to be reliable. We've discussed this, Hedge. Yes, we have. And we acknowledged that when we talked about the double doors, when the first one appeared. So, me bringing up my cautiousness in regards to the airlock double door probably saved a lot of people from losing some money, potentially. So that Chameleon Revolver, it's nice to see, but I don't want to rush into it. But I will point this out once again. Revolver skins are quite rare to see in the workshop submissions every single week. You do not see that many. It's usually Pythons and it's usually SAPs. That's the normal instance. However, with 2 revolvers being accepted in just 2, within 6 weeks, maybe other skin creators have noticed. Maybe they want to go ahead and make some. It's up to them, but personally as an investor, don't do it. No. But, it's up to them. It's up to them. Okay, so Chameleon Revolver. I can't help but assume it's going to be doing perfectly fine as time goes on. If it ever goes below its rust or price, it won't go that low. And when times are good, it'll go up. That's nice. Revolvers tend to be very good if you want to put some money away. If you want to put some of your Steam wallet away, and hey, you might want to trade it over to another account and sell them there, well, you transferred some funds there, and that worked out nicely, didn't it? Didn't have to worry about the Steam tax. So, yeah, we'll see how that turns out, but it very likely might just end up being a buy order. But it's not abnormal, which is awkward. So, we'll have to leave it at that. Happy Corn Door! Right, so I have to ask you, this is really, really weird. This is really, really goofy. Is that enough to carry it, Is that enough to make you love it? But anyway, I have to really, really ask. Yes, it's really silly. It's really weird. It is that. But is that going to be working out right as time goes on? It's corny. Shut up. But, do you know what I mean? Okay, haha, it's cartoony, it's silly, it's goofy, haha. How long are you going to look at that and say it's still like that? How long will it make you kind of just like half laugh, like, meh? You know? So it's a sheet metal door, and we did discuss that just a little bit earlier because of course we had the other one. In general, sheet metal doors are a problem. They aren't doing very well. We have far too many options. There are far too many things to compare to. And so far this year, 6 weeks in, we have 7 skins. How did that happen? Well, Face Punch are a little bit mad with sheet metal doors. We have far too many options, far too many things to compare to, and that leads to hardly any of the sheet metal doors it being in the positive, with the vast majority being in the negative. It's awkward. But that is abnormal. So guess what? I don't have to rush into buying it. I can wait until Wednesday. I can do my abnormal bars. I can look at it afterwards, and I can see whether it's a good idea to jump in and buy some. It is goofy. It is silly. But I just don't know if it's going to be enough. But I also don't think it's going to sell that much either. These 6 extra skins do seem like, based on the timing of them, that they are probably not going to be selling that much. All the better for them to rise up in price, potentially. So, yeah. So, that's all I can say, really. I'm not super optimistic. I very likely will just stick with doing a buy order. Sounds good? Let's move on. Okay, another $3.49 AK47. You might think, oh no, Hedge is about to ramble and be upset with it. No. No, it's a white AK. It's part of the Thundergold set. Micro, shut up. So, people have taken a liking to Thundergold as it was releasing. Now, this kind of skipped the queue. This was, technically speaking, competing for a spot in the Rust store. It was fighting against, well, its very own hoodie and pants. That could have been accepted today, but it wasn't. So, I don't know what's going on, but technically speaking, those hoodie and pants are still eligible for the rest of this month. We shall see how everything turns out. But we very likely might have to wait for a version 2. Right, Micro, moving on. So, It's doing all right. Thundergold has done a decent job in retaining its value. This has gone down a little bit. That's down a fair bit as well, but overall it's still in the positive. And we just got our first weapon skin being produced and accepted. And there was another one recently released as well. There was the custom SMG, so that very likely might appear next week. So Thundergold's in a very interesting spot, but that specific AK, we have to discuss it. As I said, it's a white AK. What's so special about a white AK? We don't have many of them. And the one that is out there currently costs almost $9. It's the Comics AR. So imagine this: snowy tundras, the Arctic environment on the island. It's all snowy, it's all white, and people are wearing white out with the likes of Comics weapons. Yes, Comics weapons are basically full white, and the notable ones in the set, well, they're pretty expensive. So if I show you all the Comics weapons, you will see the likes of the SAR, the likes of the AK, and I think like the bow and the crossbow and whatnot. Yep, they are very comfortably in the positive. $9, $12.50, $3 crossbow, your $2.45. Jackhammer was $5 a few days ago. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, people really do like a full white weapon. It's useful because it blends in nicely with the likes of your full whiteout set or comic set. Depends what you're blending in with. Even the Thundergold gets mixed and matched. So, with the likes of this AK, I can't help but assume that people will notice that, Comics AR, it's a little bit expensive, I can't afford that. But then when they look at the AK and notice, wow, it's mostly white, it's got the gold trim, but with that shine, that looks ever so nice. That looks ever so exquisite. That is a cool looking AK. I can't help but assume that is doing very nicely. I can't help but assume that will actually do a decent job of retaining its value. I've made quite a fuss recently talking about how I know the vast majority of AKs tend to do not very well, alright? But there's always got to be one or two that do alright. There's got to be at least one or two that stand out compared to all the others. And for this year, right, that AK very likely will be much like the Kiss AR from last year, where throughout, as time goes on, it's stuck around, it stays in the positive, it's unique, it's special. I can't help but assume that AK, along with the very likely chance that we keep seeing more Thundergold skins, that this will retain its value much better compared to the others. Will that still potentially dip in price? Wouldn't be surprised. But if that keeps getting more and more and more expensive, people are going to look for budget alternatives. And, well, Thundergold is a lot more affordable and a lot more approachable compared to the likes of that. $9? I don't think so. So, yeah, and that has only been trending upwards for a very long time. Maybe it goes backwards a fair bit because Thundergold has appeared. But, yeah, look at that. Ever since then, it did dip down last year, but then it rose up even higher. And it very likely will dip again and then rise even higher again. But now that we've got the Thundergold AK, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. So Comics AR, if you're too expensive, people will look for other options, and the Thundergold AR is here now. And much like I said with the other skins, right, that might not sell that much. Everybody has spent a lot of money recently on Lunar New Year skins and Valentine skins, and if that Thundergold AK47 doesn't sell that much, all the better for it to rise up in price. Comics AR, how much did that sell? Because I want to show you this as well. You might sit there and say, Comics AR came out like 2 years ago. It probably did like 10,000 sales. It's no wonder it went up in price so easily. Where is it? Where is it? There he is. Oh, yeah. 35,752 bare minimum sales. That sold a lot. And it still rose up in price very nicely. Okay? So looking at all of these other AKs, you know, Porcelain's also doing very good, mostly white. $3.45, that worked out alright. Do we have any other white AKs? Playmaker, $11. Do you notice this now? Do you see it with your own eyes? We don't see many white AKs, but for the ones that do come out, mine. People want them, people grab them, and I can't help but assume you're next. So, consider it. I am as well. Technically speaking, I've already bought like 10 of them because I gave them away as a special giveaway. But I am looking at that and thinking, I might need to go grab some. Now that's also abnormal. We can do our abnormal buy orders. Oh yes, so we're going to look at how many have sold. Honestly, if that only does like 15,000 sales by Wednesday, I'm jumping in and I'm going to go grab some. Oh yes, indeed. Half of those compared to the likes of the comics, that's ridiculous. And well, as I said, if we keep seeing more Thundergold skins being accepted, I can't help but assume people will be wanting to get a whole lot more of the Thundergold. There you are. That is a gold aim sight. A lot of people were kind of complaining, saying, why didn't you make it red, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll be honest with you, everyone's just using, like, Crosshair X anyway, so, like, glow-in-the-dark aim sights and whatnot, nah, whatever. Don't need that anymore. So, Thundergold, that's looking promising. Sounds good, but smart thing to do is wait until Thursday. Polished Obsidian Furnace. Nope. No furnaces. I don't like furnaces. Sorry, Nolfa. Sorry, Jimmy Dudesky, but I don't like furnaces. That's just appeared. Watch it go down in price. That appeared not too long ago. Look at what happened. 57 cents. Damascus Furnace, 87 cents. Wrap Furnace, 50 cents. Yep. But they're nothing like the Neon Vibes Furnace. Bright, colourful, very nice interior, all nice and pink and whatnot. People like it. People appreciate it. That is a normal-looking furnace. And I'm sorry to say, you know, normal doesn't seem like enough to me. I don't, and everybody else. So I look at that, and I just don't know what to think of it. And again, the awkward thing of because Face Punch decided to call the rock Polished Obsidian, Blackstone and Polished Obsidian have essentially been split apart. They were supposed to be all one collection, Blackstone, but with them calling it Polished Obsidian with the rock, Nolfa and Jimmy Dudesky leaned into it. And they called their furnace that they submitted Polished Obsidian. And now, recently, their newest skin that they just submitted is gone back to Blackstone. I don't know what to think anymore. So, yeah, them leaning into it, splitting apart the collection, hasn't done them any favours. And I just don't look at that with any, you know, positivity, I'm afraid. Yeah, I might not even do a build on it, because I just don't have faith in furnaces. And the fact that you split apart the collections hasn't done any favours as well. So, yeah, no optimism for that, I'm afraid. It's abnormal, but yeah. Right, Graffiti Love Double Door. So we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. We've discussed sheet metal double doors. That's not abnormal. And it's the lowest selling skin so far as well. Now that doesn't glow. Alright, this doesn't glow. Get a good look at that. This, I honestly do believe, was supposed to be a Valentine skin. But for some strange reason, it wasn't in the Valentine's top picks list. So I've already mentioned this earlier, I'll say it again. So in TGG's top picks list for Valentine / Lunar New Year, that skin wasn't there. I don't know why it wasn't there. It should have been there. It's got hearts, it's got arrows, it's got all of that. And I honestly think, due to that error of it not being in this batch, you know, in this list, it probably wouldn't have been accepted. But you know what? It was in the most recent list here, as you can see here. And well, now we've got another sheet metal double door. Hooray! Okay, so I've already had my ramble about sheet metal doors. If you're watching this on YouTube and you just skipped straight ahead to this, look in the chapters. Look back when I talked about the likes of the Neon Love metal double door. This is becoming a bit of a problem, but that's not selling that much, probably due to the fact that we just had so many sheet metal double doors recently. That actually might work out very nicely in its favour. If it hardly sells anything, all the better for it to rise up in price. Now, does it glow in the dark? Yeah, it's fine. We can live without that, maybe, possibly. But, I don't know. I'm very conflicted. I'm very conflicted with double doors now. We can wait until Tuesday. No, that's not a Valentine skin. No. Wednesday. Damn it. It's very confusing. So, in the same Rustor right now, I have to bring this up. As you can see, in the very same Rustor, we have 3 sheet metal double doors. We have, first up, we have the likes of the Graffiti Love double door, then the Long double door, and then we have the Neon Love metal double door. Yeah. It really is looking like an old Rustor. Back in like 2016, you used to have like 70 or 80 skins in the same Rustor at the same time. And like only 3 months later would they change the skins. But it was like 2017 where they kind of changed that up and had the weekly format. So yeah, sheet metal double doors, kind of awkward, and awkward. So with the state of that, I just want to leave it for a bit, look how many sales have happened, then make a decision later on. I feel bad for the people that made that skin, but it's Face Punch who are the ones that accepted so many in such a short amount of time. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. And like I said earlier, when I mentioned skin creators clearly noticed that people wanted double doors. We kept asking for them, and then unfortunately we got so many accepted in such a short amount of time, it's going to bleed into all the other ones and affect all of them at the same time. With far too many skins accepted in such a short amount of time, they all effectively negatively affect each other, because people now have so many to pick from, and they're all nice and affordable, that they all very likely will go down in price. Oh no. This happened to armoured doors like 2 years ago. Armoured doors used to be rare. We used to hardly ever see them being accepted. But what was it, 2022? Yeah, 2022. So before 2022, we used to hardly see armoured doors whatsoever. Like, I mean, initially 2017, fair enough, we saw quite a bit, but 2018, 2019, 2020, hardly any skins accepted. 2021, hardly any skins accepted. 2020, blah. And like in like 1 month, we got like 5 skins accepted. So before that, all armoured doors in the positive. This happened. Now we have tons of armoured doors in the negative. Tons and tons and tons and tons. Face Punch really needs to kind of strategize how they accept skins. You should accept skins that are from items that hardly ever get skins. That would be nice. If you kind of diversified a bit more, that'd be nice. Do you know what would also be nice? If you made more skins, more items become skinnable. That would also be nice. And I want to talk about that in a bit, because there's a very interesting detail that's appeared on the commits that I want to talk about. So overall, this is a very weird week. Yes, this is a very weird Rust door. Yes. And we have 2 abnormals next week. Yes. But overall, there are some interesting things in there. There are some interesting things. I will admit that. I will agree to that. It's just, with so much, it's become a bit of a problem. All right, so we have too many things. I can't carry all of these things. That's going to have to be in the thumbnail, isn't it? So, with that, smart thing to do. Wait later till next week. Abnormals first, look at the support afterwards, then we make decisions. But chat, there's just far too many skins. It's just far too many skins. Right, so what was it you wanted to allude to, Hedge? What were you talking about? So, chat, I've brought this up. I made a short video discussing this. If you were to look at a top picks list set up by TGG, I'm pretty sure this is quote-unquote the official poll, but for every top picks list you see, you'll see this message: vote for the next potential skinnables. It's this poll right here. What item do you desire most to become skinnable? Now, with this process, you have to, it's all based on what you prioritize first. So, for example, I might say, I need to see salvaged axe become skinnable. This is what I most want. Well, do you know what? Put that as number 1. So you drag it to number 1. So just do that, drag it to number 1, and that'll get 35 points. Does that make sense? So compound boat, yeah, that should be skinnable. Bed, yeah, I want a bed. I want to have a race car bed. Give me the race car bed. Prototype 17, yeah, that should be higher up. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm just like grabbing random things and sitting there. Oh, well, Fortress, yeah, that's definitely something I want to see become skinnable. More primitive, interesting skins would be definitely something I want to see. So yeah, you can see how I've kind of slowly built up and decided that should definitely become skinnable, blah, 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 blah. And gradually, little by little, all of these other skins down here, all these other items, I think, yeah, nail gun, blech, that can go at the bottom, don't care about that. Robot, blech, whatever. Cars, maybe. I think that should only be DLC. Anyway, so that is the list right there, and let's see the results. Why am I making such a big fuss about this? I have something to show you. What is top? Tool cupboard. Tool cupboard is top, with 63,306 points. Now, I should just reiterate to you, this is the amount of people that have actually taken part, 2,786. That's not everyone who plays Rust, but that is the pool of people that have taken part in this poll. All right, so top 5, tool cupboard, bed, handmade LMG, tactical gloves, and minicopter. So why have I brought this up? Have you seen the commits recently? What is going on? So let's just quickly refresh, scroll down a little bit. And what do we see being talked about right over here? Tool cupboard retro skin? Yes, it appears that Face Punch is making a very special tool cupboard skin. Yep, the first skinnable tool cupboard appears to be happening very soon. It appears we're going to get some sort of special DLC tool cupboard. Alright? I keep telling you, keep an eye on the commits. So just last night, we actually brought up another interesting detail. Apparently, Face Punch is working on a minigun. Now, I'm not sure if it's the type of minigun which you can pick up and walk around with. I mean, you'd have to be very strong. But are we going to be like TF2 heavy, just walking around shooting people with a minigun? Blah, 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 blah. Maybe. So where's the minigun? It's slightly... There you go. Minigun. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something you can walk around with, or it might be in the helicopters, or maybe you could attach it to a car or something. Who knows? But it's being worked on. It's been mentioned. And I'm not sure if it's going to be out and ready in time for the likes of March Force Wipe, but March is looking very interesting. Because, of course, we also have the likes of the changes to Harbour. That's going through the process now, where it really looks like it's going to actually be out readily prepared for March Force Wipe. The March update is looking promising. What else do I need to say? Yeah, so keep an eye on the commits. From here and now, everything that we should be expecting for the March update, the March Force Wipe, is currently being worked on. All right? Promising and interesting things are being mentioned by the devs. You just got to keep an eye on all of it. So we're only halfway through February. There's still another 2 to 3 weeks until that Force Wipe, because as you probably noticed, it's a fair bit late for the March Force Wipe. I think it's like on the 7th. Oof. But yeah, that is what it is. All right. So that's everything I needed to say. Am I optimistic for next week? I don't know. But Easter's just around the corner, isn't it? Easter's just around the corner. So again, if you want to be up to date in regards to all the newest Rust skins that have been submitted very, very recently, and trust me when I say there's some very cool skins that were submitted just very recently, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. It would be very nice if you did. And again, the more you are aware of what potentially could be out, you could, anticipate and make some investments beforehand. And hey, if those skins are accepted, well, you might be able to make some sweet, delicious looking profit. Oh, yes, indeed. So, yeah, that's that. That's everything. So, once again, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. Do consider looking at the likes of my Twitter. It's in the description of this video. I'm always retweeting notable things. And, yep, loads of very happy people here saying, I got a skin accepted. Yay. And now we look towards the likes of all the next skins that likely could potentially appear in the workshop. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a glow-in-the-dark version of this now. Yes, glow for me. Exquisite. Yes, lovely piece of art. Chat, are there any questions, chat? Are there any questions you might have? Is there a possibility for exit for Easter? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they bring that back. Yep, I wouldn't. I fully expect it. Easter, very likely we will have the return of the egg suit. The real question is, will we actually see the likes of the bunny hat and the nest hat return? That's my question, because they weren't around last year, were they? These two items have been around for a good 2 to 3 years, but last year they didn't appear. They weren't brought back. And if that's the case, much like with Lunar New Year, we might see discontinued items. So if you aren't fully well aware, Sky Lantern wasn't brought back again this year. 2 years in a row wasn't brought back. We are starting to notice items not being brought back, and they do appear to be discontinued. So we'll see. Easter is like 6 weeks away. So it's just around the corner. We shall see, we shall see. Okay, I'm out of breath. I haven't stopped talking for about an hour, have I? How long's this video? Oh no. Well, you love my rambles, I'm sure. So, what a weird week. We do have Counter-Strike. CS2 Major is just around the corner. That's in 1 month's time. If you thought skins going down in price was bad now, you just wait. And then, of course, we eventually have the 75% discount for those stickers and as well. So, yeah, our skins, our Rust skins, our beloved Rust skins, they unfortunately very likely will suffer. And, hey, how will this turn out, Is it always going to be 180 or not? Oh, look, another builder going up. $145. Why? Why don't you just get it for free like I did? So easy. You just had to ask. All right, then. So, yeah, that's it. That is it. So I will tweet out the first 24 hours of sales for those 6 new skins, much like I did with the Valentine skins. Keep an eye on the Twitter. And that's that. It's not going to be $500. No, that is just ridiculous. That is just pure hype and manipulation then at that point. That's ridiculous. All right. We're done. We're good. Catch you later. And, of course, we'll see how everything turns out 2 days in when I do my 48-hour analysis. And we'll see what skins we get accepted next week. Keep an eye on the workshop. And with that, we're done. See ya. Bye.